Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to make a table runner that you can use for Easter, a great time to make it, and also just for spring in general. Now this one here is a really long one. This is the one that'll go on my dining table because once we put all the little leaves inside of it, it's pretty long, so everybody can sit down. But in this demonstration, I will show you how to make the shorter version, but I will have the list of supplies down below your YouTube screen so you know how much to purchase for either this long one or the shorter version. Okay, let's get started. To cut your fabric for the very center of the table runner, that's fabric A, you're going to leave your fabric folded in half with selvage edges together. And you're going to cut this edge straight first and then go over 12.5 inches and cut. If you're making the longer version, you're going to go over one more time and cut. Then you're going to take, if you're doing the longer version, you're going to take your two pieces, cut the selvage edges off, and stitch a 1/2 inch seam along here. So you're stitching just at one end, those two pieces. And then down here at the other end, go ahead and cut the selvage edges off. Now I'm going to show you how to do fabric B, which is the little border on the two sides of the runner. Again, leave your fabric folded in half with selvage edges together. Always cut this raw edge straight and then move over 2.5 inches and do a cut, and then move over again 2.5 inches and cut. If you're doing the longer version, you'll go over 2 more times and make a cut. So if you're doing the longer version, you want to take 2 strips for each side of the table runner and stitch them together with a 1/2 inch seam. Make sure that you cut your selvage edges off at each end. So now you're going to take your fabric A, which is your center fabric, and then fabric B, your border fabric. You're going to take those border strips and put it on the edge of your fabric A. Pin it all down and then stitch a 1/4 inch seam all the way down from one end to the other. Then press that seam on the back side here. Then unfold and bring that fabric and the seam going out to the side. You want the seam going out this way. Then press it again. And again, you're doing this on each long edge of your table runner. On your lining, if you're doing the longer version, you're cutting 2 pieces of fabric. Then you want to stitch those ends together and cut those selvage edges off and then do a 1/2 inch seam. Press the seam open. Then you're going to take your fusible interfacing, and you can buy any fusible interfacing you want. I'm using about a medium weight. You can use a lightweight or a heavyweight. You can even use fusible fleece if you like, or cotton batting. If you choose cotton batting, you must do quilting stitches to hold it all together. If you don't want to spend a lot of time making this, I would choose fusible interfacing or the fusible fleece. So go ahead and put it on the back side of your fabric for the very back of the table runner. So that's the not so pretty side, and fuse it on following package instructions. It's a very simple process. So here's my fabric for the back with the interfacing on it. So mine's just white, but if it's a print, you want to make sure you bring pretty side down against the pretty side of your fabric for the top. Then go ahead and pin around all 4 sides. On one of your sides, you want to indicate an area that you're going to leave open and you're not going to stitch over it. So I've put 1 pin here. This is where I want to start. Over here is 2 pins because that's where I want to stop. So I'm going to start here, do a few back stitches, then go all the way around all 4 sides and then stop here. After you finish stitching, then you want to go in and remove some of the fabric off of your corners. This helps the fabric to lay flatter once you turn it front side out. So be careful you don't cut into your stitch line. I first like to go across at a diagonal like that, and then I will take a little bit off at each side. You're leaving about 1/8 of an inch of fabric at each corner. Now reach in through your opening and go down to one end of your table runner and begin pulling your table runner with the pretty side of your fabric facing out. Now I'm using this little tool to help me point the corners out. So you just go inside and go down to your corners. And when you're doing this, you want to make sure you do not poke through your fabric. Just gently poke them. They may not be super sharp points, but you want to get them out just a little more. So go ahead and do that at all 4 corners. Next, you want to take your opening edges and fold them inside 1/4 of an inch, and then place a few pins to hold it. Then go to your ironing board and press the entire table runner nice and flat. So once you've got it all pressed, then you want to go and stitch along your outer edge on all 4 sides, as close to the edge as you can get. And then on each side of the border fabric, you want to come in and stitch real close to the edge of the fabric all the way across. And again, on each border strip, you will do that. You also may want to make some other items to go along with your table runner, especially if you're having a big Easter celebration. You could make fabric napkins to match the table runner. You can even make a pot holder and even a really large pot holder to put on hot dishes if you like. And then also, if you really want to do it up, you can do a really basic decorative towel. I will have links listed below your YouTube screen for the napkins, the pot holder, and decorative towels. I'll even have a playlist down below your YouTube screen of more table runners that you can look at, because I've got a lot of table runners. Many of you are probably thinking, well, I don't want my table runner 42 inches long or 84 inches long. That's the difference. You can always make the shorter one maybe a length in between the longer one and the short one. All you do is you buy the extra fabric for the long table runner and then cut any excess off that you don't want. So just measure your table runner to see how long you need that runner. Now, if you're looking at making your table runner narrower or even wider, I would adjust the width of your center fabric and keep the width of your border fabric the same. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you learned something new. I also hope I've inspired you to even sew more projects. Now, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl. This is Manny. See you next time.